This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. We're in Glasgow, Scotland. We're visiting my sister. She's running around here somewhere. And we're on a street called Buchanan, which is the big shopping area here. So
this street is so beautiful.
it is beautiful.
That side.
We go nice and slow so we don't blur you out here. Isn't that pretty? No cars allowed.
This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. This is the video of my Glasgow, Scotland Old Town walking tour. There's an interactive Google map of this walking tour. Just click the link in the notes below this YouTube video on your smartphone. You'll also find day tours, restaurants, accommodations, transportation, along with a link to the best travel or retire cheap in paradise locations in the world. Okay, here's our walking tour of Glasgow.
Welcome to Scotland. Brr, it's cold here. We're not in Mexico anymore. So this is the Gallery of Modern Art. This is the Modern Museum of Art, which was opened in 1996. It was formerly the townhouse of William Cunningham, a wealthy Glasgow tobacco lord who made his fortunes through the triangular slave trade. This triangular trade included slaves from Africa to America, then sugar, tobacco and cotton from America to Europe, and then textiles and rum from Europe to Africa. Of course, I'll show you the outside of this thing, but today it's a modern art museum. And it's quite extraordinary that this close in to one of the largest cities in Europe that someone owned a home this size. But that, of course, was on the backs of the slave trade, cotton, textiles, and rum, and that's what was happening at the time. So here we are. So I told you it was a large home. This is the home here. The present Gallery of Modern Art was the home of William Cunningham, the tobacco baron. So this is George's Square. It was planned in 1781, and it's named after King George III. However, because King George lost the American War of Independence, which caused considerable anxiety with the tobacco lords in the UK, the Glasgow City Fathers decided to commemorate Sir Walter Scott in the center of the square. Scott was a Scottish historical novelist and playwright who lived from 1771 to 1832. And it's this very tall statue we're standing next to. So this is the Glasgow City Chambers. This is the seat of the municipal government here. It was built in the 1880s in Victorian style architecture. It was inaugurated in 1888 and had its first council meeting thereafter. See the safes down there?
If you're enjoying this video, could you please click like, subscribe, share it on social media, or leave a comment? Any of that would really help our business, and we really appreciate it. Thanks so much in advance.
So that's the Corinthian. I was just showing you the inside of that beautiful white high ceiling with the skylight in the center, and it's a casino and a beautiful restaurant, as you saw. And welcome to Glasgow. It's a beautiful place. So this is the Hutchinson's City Grill. It's an old church that's converted to a restaurant. Now that's all I have to say about it. We're gonna go inside and look though.
This is why I sat you on the train the last time. I remember going, oh, you'll be alright, Maria. And then I went, no. And the guy let me through. I remember.
That's nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So this is the backside of the Glasgow City Chambers, which were on George Square. I'll show you these archways. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm inside Proven's Lordships. This home was built in 1471, and it was a place where priests stayed for this cathedral, which we'll look at next. And most of the buildings in this medieval area around the cathedral have been torn down, but they've maintained this one, and they've stocked it with 17th century furniture and whatnot, so you could get a feel for what it was like back in the day. This is, like I said, the oldest home in Glasgow. This is the garden behind Proven's Lordship, the house I was just showing you the inside of. 1471. Glasgow Cathedral. This is the oldest building in Glasgow of any kind. This was dedicated in 1136 AD. It was built while the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church was a spiritual leader in Scotland. This is the only medieval cathedral on the Scottish mainland that survived Reformation with a roof on it. Reformation was a very brutal time in Catholic history. When Reformation ended in 1583, the city agreed and have kept their word to take care of the cathedral. Technically, it's no longer a cathedral, of course, because that's Catholic, and this is the Church of Scotland, but this remains a place of worship as a Church of Scotland congregation. If you can make ceremony on Sundays, they have a professional choir of adult singers that still sing here twice on Sundays, so do that if possible. We're going to head up and see the graveyard up on the mountain behind the church, quite famous. So to get to the graveyard, as you face the church, you just look to the right here, and there's some beautiful gates and a bridge. Just walk over. So this is the Glasgow necropolis. It's a 37-acre Victorian cemetery established in 1832. It's located just east of Glasgow Cathedral, which we were just looking at. There are 50,000 graves here, about 3,500 monuments. There's a bridge to the main entrance we just crossed to the cemetery called the Bridge of Sighs because it lies on the route of funeral processions. There's a statue of John Knox sitting above the graveyard that predates the cemetery by about 7 years. So that would have been 1825. And that is the Bridge of Sighs. All right, let's go look at this graveyard. There's John Knox in the back on that pole. It's recording.
You sure it's recording right now?
Yes, I am. It's recording us in Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Wow, I love Scotland.
You do love Scotland.
Than UK, the London.
More than London?
Yeah, because here is more slow. The life is more slow.
Yeah.
It's not like London. It's everything is very quick. You cannot slow down. Your walk. You know you have to walk very fast.
Prices are cheaper too here.
Prices
So your
cheaper
wallet goes
too.
pop, 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 pop less.
Yeah. Pop, 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 pop.
Like a 15-minute Uber ride from my sister's house to the city center. Did she say it was £6? £6?
I don't know.
We just had pizza. Our pizza was £9.
I don't know.
£9 pizza. I wouldn't call it cheaper than US, but it's comparable. And it's might be 30 or 40% less than London, like you're saying.
But the grocery store here, the price is almost same like Malaysia. If you convert to Malaysia price.
The food prices are comparable to Malaysia.
I mean the grocery store.
Groceries, yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Fruits and
better-
vegetables, right?
Yeah, and better quality.
Yeah. All right. We're in a graveyard here across from the Cathedral of Glasgow, which is over here. That's the cathedral. We're in a graveyard. See you later.
This completes our Old Town walking tour. Click the link below this YouTube video to get your interactive Google map of this walking tour for free. And make sure to subscribe to learn how to make money online while you live wherever you want in the world. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. Thanks for listening. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?